Hello everyone, this is a HappyAnimaidCafeManager here with another walkthrough episode for the game Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. I got to do a take two on this one because I thought my stepbrother was in the bathroom taking a shower because that's the only time I could do this with little to no do this project with little to no disturbance. So let's see the events unfold. And I also did my one mistake on take one. Well, involving it and Adrian anyway. Why frame him? Could you please tell me why you framed Mr. Unguard for the murder? I've already told you countless times. It's because I thought Matt was the killer. No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Unguard. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge. So you're saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's why? Well, what an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for. Miss Andrews, a woman who lives by being dependent on another person. There is something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge. Something or someone. I mean, I try to let this photo, but there is something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge. Figurine. A wooden bear-shaped figurine covered in many thin cuts. Found with love, Celeste is written on it. Why does she want to take revenge on Matt? Can only try to figurine. Are you trying to help or hurt Matt with what you're doing? What? What am I doing? This random haphazard throwing out of evidence you're so fond of doing? That's not what I was trying to do at all. Then refrain from doing it anymore. I guess I screwed up big again. So are you saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt? That's why. Well, what an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for. Celeste, man, I should have went with that picture from the beginning, like take revenge for. There is only one catalyst that could cause such a strong feelings and even revenge, and that is Miss Impact's suicide. What were you trying to say? Celeste was Swan's manager. On top of that, the one who hid her suicide note was also Swan. What does that all have to do with Matt? You're right. You haven't mentioned him yet. But for you to hate Mr. Unguard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impact in her suicide. Can you explain to me this relation between Celeste and Matt? This is a photo of Miss Impact, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impact's handwriting, isn't it? Well, where did you find it? No, that's alright. It was a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found this at Mr. Unguard's mansion. And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. Why frame him? Celeste. She was supposed to get married to Juan, yes, but I heard that it didn't work out. Because Mr. Correa didn't want to get married to her anymore, right? Yes. Because of Matt. Because of Mr. On Guard. What do you mean? I think I could see where this is going. Celeste, she was Matt's manager a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at that time. I was working part-time back then and I often saw the two of them together. So that's why. With love, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture. They were a couple, weren't they? It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used, toyed with until she was thrown away. That's so horrible. Matt's entire image was built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that is where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then it was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called her marriage off, Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and for myself. Revenge? I'm sure even you could guess why Juan was called the wedding off. Why Juan called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. I see, so that's what happened. But, hang on, that's my alarm. That was the alarm to give my dog the pill to prevent her epilepsy, but I already gave it to her, so she's fine. Then why did Mr. Correa have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all. It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for a farewell when it would hurt Juan the most. Poor Miss Impasse. That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind, and in that note she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds and so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. Then, when Juan discovered her body and hid her note, but why would he do that? It's simple. Juan realized that the note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. Revenge. There's that word again. Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of that suicide note. At that time, that would cause Matt the most damage, of course. Heroes of heroes, superheroes. And that was at the press conference after the stage show. I know all about it because I heard it all from Juan. It was so I could find out about all this that I drew close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was practically searching for Celeste's suicide notes. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I had even brought a lighter. But I couldn't find the suicide note. That's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring to them my own kind of cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters. So when I stabbed Juan's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I'm a lawyer. I see. What a foul profession. Thank you very much for your time and for taking and for talking with me. It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway. I can't sleep either. Not with my situation, or with what I know now. To be continued. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to start off a little weak at the trial. But hopefully I'll pull through. Ugh, that Bosch sound. How did I get into this mess? That's far enough. You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. Well, I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title. I've had this dream before, someplace some time ago. As if this day is written in my destiny. Today I'll stand in court as a lawyer. To prove a killer innocent. March 23rd, 9:43 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Hello, this is Phoenix Wright. You don't look so well. Dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too. Now listen up. You'd better give Miss Ungard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that crazy spine bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever. Maya. Phoenix. Mia. Maya. How's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried to challenge me since yesterday. Mia. What am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of the times you are, well, when you have to force your biggest smile. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here. Not anywhere. It's that cursed Ungard again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. You're really mean, pal. Gumshoe. I'm really sorry. Where are you? They let me join the investigation team and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Then you have some sort of lead. Sorry, but right now we've got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not going to give up. Gumshoe, until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down, we're going to do everything we can to find the killer. If we could get Maya out, then you could get Ungard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. That's true, I could do that if they found Maya first. You got that, so you have to do whatever you can to make the trials last longer. Have to make the trial last longer? If you go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you've got, then you two could draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth could do it. So, believe in us. We're going to give it all we've got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world and you have it in abundance. Yeah. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through, I know it. 10 a.m. that morning, District Court, courtroom number 3. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt Ungard. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery of being what exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder. Is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that drew suspicion onto Mr. Ungard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene seen by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape. Then you're saying that she is guilty after all? I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Alright, so I can finally stop here for real because I got work tomorrow and there's going to be more interference in the apartment. So thanks for watching. Until next time, to be continued, baby.